Well, hello guys. Today's video is not going to be like a regular one. We will be playing games in the background, but that is not going to be the main focus. I'm just getting some Save the World challenges done, and I thought I would take the chance to do this for some background, like ambiance. Hope you like the jazz too. But in fact, in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that's been kind of affecting me recently. Not in like a bad way, by any means. So we're going to be talking about one of my favorite, like, video game characters, like media characters in general. And that is going to be Kratos from the God of War series. I've grown to, like, love the character over the times I've been playing the games, especially with Ragnarok and everything in 2018. But yeah, so something that's been bugging me recently, that I've been seeing some content about it, is a lot of the, like, versus type of YouTube shorts and videos, if you've seen those, where people take, like, one character and then pit them against, like, another pop culture character. And people very much like to do it with Kratos, because, understandable, he's a very powerful character, but I only have one problem with it. A lot of people, not everybody, but a good amount of people, seem to very much underestimate how powerful he actually is. And that's always kind of bothered me, and there's not many videos talking about it. Like, a lot of the videos that kind of, like, defend him are just short, so I thought I would take the chance with my channel and everything to actually defend my boy Kratos. This is just going to be, like, a rant type of thing. There's not going to be, like, sections, or, like, it's not going to be professionally made. It is literally just going to be me ranting about it, because my family is sick of me talking about it. So I thought I would talk to you guys. Anywho, so let's get started. One of the biggest things that annoys me the most about it is definitely people, like, taking for granted of what he's done, basically. Like, the most famous ones that he gets put up against is, like, Doomslayer, but I will be talking about him and Kratos' like, versus later in the video. Like, that's gonna have its own, like, little segment, because it's the most popular, and I feel like it's the most that needs kind of its own, like, explaining, if that makes sense. But yeah, other than that, let's just get into it. I've been seeing some videos about people saying, oh, these are all the characters that can defeat him, like game characters, like movie, comic book characters, and it very much just kind of, like, makes me feel not like bad or anything, or just kind of, like, upset. It's more of just when people, you know, that feeling when people don't understand, like, the lore of certain things that they talk about. Anywho, so people like to put him up against and say he'll lose against, like, Ghost Rider, Superman, Thor, Hulk, and everything, and even, what's his name, Silver Surfer. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, these are, like, very powerful characters and everything, but people very much don't seem to understand that Kratos is more powerful because of all the things that he has been through. Like, for example, in, like, the first games, he took down the entire Greek pantheon single-handedly, and then even with, like, Ragnarok in the 2018 games and everything, he was taking down, like, all of the Norse mythology pantheon, and that is not an easy, like, feat to do. And I know people say how, oh yeah, he did that, but that's not the craziest thing, but, you know, it's pretty insane. Like, he defeated, like, Zeus, Poseidon, Hercules, and, like, also freaking, what's his name, Kronos, the most powerful titan. Like, he had him in his hands, and Kronos just, like, clapped him. But yeah, Kratos was not even affected. He was just holding up his hand. Like, the most powerful titan in Greek mythology couldn't even crush him with his own hands with all of his strength. He was just holding it up, like, no bother. Also, in the freaking, like, Norse mythology games and everything, like Ragnarok and everything, he also flipped Tyr's temple. Like, that is not an easy feat. And I know a lot of people do say how he flipped the 9 realms, which isn't, like, true in the sense of he didn't actually flip the 9 realms, because that would be impossible. But he flipped the temple, which is quite, like, insane. So that is one thing I'll give to people who think he's a lot weaker than he actually is that he didn't, you know, actually do that, because that is something because that is something that a lot of people that defend him bring up and everything. But yeah, so I feel like people just very much take him for granted, and it's like, for example, let's start off with Superman. I'll try to do this in like sections of like, you know, the characters and everything. So let's start off with Superman. He's not like the most popular when it comes to people talking about it, but I still have seen people say that he would easily defeat him. My only problem with that is that Kratos is like insanely powerful. He's like killed gods and everything. And yes, Superman is too like very powerful. You know, he's like the alien and everything. But he was in freaking Batman versus Superman. He was literally about to die because of Batman just because he had some kryptonite. It's like if Superman didn't say his like mom's name and everything and save him from getting like his head stabbed in with a kryptonite spear, he literally would have just been killed by Batman. And it's like, Batman doesn't even have any powers. He's just rich. So I don't know why people just think he would just like take over Kratos like so easily, you know? So that is one thing. Also, what was another one I was thinking about? Alright, sorry about that. Who else? Also, something I see a lot, Ghost Rider. Yes, he is a very powerful Marvel character, and I am a fan of Ghost Rider. I'm a huge fan of him. But, again, he would not be able to defeat Kratos. I'm just saying it right now. Yes, he is powerful, like, with, like, his whole death thing and everything. Like, that's like, crazy, but Kratos would still be able to win. Also, I just wanted to get this out of the way. A lot of these people who make these videos might be more of a, not like a battle to the death, but I always see them as these people are fighting, and whoever wins is whoever would kill the other. Only because I feel like, what was I going to say? Oh, darn it. Sorry, I keep losing track. I didn't write any of this down. I'm just kind of talking. So, if I seem incoherent, that's why. Anywho, but I don't know if a lot of people mean that as in just like a who can pin like the other one down fast enough, like in like wrestling or something. Which in that case, yeah, a lot of other people would win and everything. Because Kratos is strong, but like if he's unprepared or like if he isn't at his full like strength or anything, people can't overtake them. And they have. So that is something I will say. That if it is only like a who would like pin the other one down faster, Kratos isn't always going to win. But if it's a literal fight to the death, I don't care who it is, yeah, Kratos is going to win with that. And I say that because something that a lot of people never seem to mention is, I was even watching a short of somebody talking about things that Kratos has done that people like say are a lot bigger than they actually are. And he mentioned how a lot of people say how he defeated death. But then he's just like, oh, well, he technically didn't. But the thing is, he escaped like hell like twice by this point. And the thing is, people seem to not know like a lot of like the lore about him, and I feel like that's a huge problem. It's like nobody ever seems to mention how Kratos was literally cursed to never be able to die. Like something in that same video, I was looking at the comments and everything, and I saw a bunch of people saying how, oh yeah, he would have died in Ragnarok if Thor would have killed him in I guess we just won. Thor would have literally killed him in Ragnarok, but the only reason he lived was because he brought him back with his hammer and everything. But the thing that people don't seem to realize is how, yes, that is the reason, but back in like the Greek mythology games and everything, he was literally cursed, so he would literally never die. Like he can like die, but fate will always find a way to bring him back. That is the only reason that Thor brought him back. It's because fate, he has to. Because he was cursed to live like that because of all the terrible things he's done. So he would suffer through it. So he could never actually kill himself, which he did try with the blade of like Olympus and everything. He tried to kill himself with it. And that's the thing. It's people don't seem to know that, yeah, like people can like almost kill him or like kill him, but he's never going to actually die. So that's why, in my opinion, whenever I see it as like a fight to the death thing, nobody can ever take Kratos in a fight to the death because he will literally never die. And that's something that we will also circle back on with the whole Kratos versus Doomslayer thing. But yeah, that's just something that's always confused me. Or I recently saw a video, it was a YouTube short of this dude. He was saying how like Hulk, like the comic Incredible Hulk and everything, could easily take on Kratos. And I very much disagree with that, because in the comics and everything, yes, that Hulk was able to take down like a very powerful Thor that killed like Galactus and everything, and like the winter death or like the cold death, whatever that like winter cold dude was. Yes, that Thor was able to kill them, and then that Hulk was able to like, pin him down for a while. Then he even like blasted like gamma radiation, then even turned that Thor into a Hulk and everything. But again, the thing is that if it's a fight to the death between Kratos and then somebody else, he literally can't die. And that's something that's literally the main reason that I'm doing this video currently. It's the fact that so many people seem to just kind of like look over that little fact about him, like a fact about his lore and everything. But yeah, it's just... Sorry if I keep saying like the same things over and over again. I just find this kind of fun, and I finally get to like rant about it to people who might actually care and everything. Anywho, but yeah, it's just, it doesn't make sense to me why people think he'll just get like freaking like wrecked by everybody just because they're like slightly powerful. They did something like cool or cosmic. It's just, he's done so much. He's even a good father, and that's insane. Especially with the trays. Yeah, that's just something that's always like bothered me. People seeming like to not give him enough credit, and like saying how, people just like overhype him, like he's not actually as crazy as people say he is, or he's not as good. It's just because people like him. But that's so not true though. He's just done so much, like crazy things. Like he freaking like killed the 3 sisters of fate and everything in like the Greek mythology. It's like, that's absolutely insane. Like they choose who dies and who doesn't, and he just said nope and killed them. It's like, how crazy is that? It's like, it's just insane. It's just something that will never make sense to me, while people never give him like enough credit. Oh, also something that's always bugged me is another thing that people do is putting new Kratos up against like the older version up against like his younger self. But for some reason, in every single one, people always say that young Kratos would like dominate just because the other one is old. But that also kind of just makes me so annoyed, because it's like people aren't actually paying attention to the character himself, because over time he's not like insanely old from like young Kratos and everything, and it's just like he would grow in power over time, and he would like grow in skill, and especially with Greek gods who literally get more powerful and stronger the older they get. So being older will literally give Kratos more power, but people still say that his younger version would defeat him just because he looks like, he looks more young and athletic and everything. But that's just not the truth, So that's something that's also always bothered me. It's just like, no, over time people grow skills and get like better with certain things like fighting. They're not just gonna like lose it just because they're older. So that's something that's always just, never made sense to me. I hope you're enjoying this rant, because I'm slightly enjoying getting it off my chest. And again, sorry this isn't the most like coherent video. Like I repeat myself a lot, and I'm not really like, stating things in like orders and everything. I'm just kind of wanting to talk. And that's what this is. Anywho. But yeah, it's just the fact of people seem to not do like their research beforehand, if that makes sense. Like, people don't really like know like the lore and everything. It's like, of all the things he's done, it's like, yeah, like it's absolutely insane. Okay, this is its special little segment, because I'm going to be talking about the Kratos versus Doomslayer arguments. And I bring this one up because I was actually just scrolling through my YouTube earlier today, actually, And I saw a video that came out 7 days ago about like the final, who would win, Kratos or Doomslayer and everything. I didn't actually watch the video because I couldn't at the time. But it kind of got me thinking. Mind you, again, I haven't seen the video, so I don't know the dude's actual stance on the whole situation. But it got me thinking because I have seen other videos of people talking about it. And that also never makes sense to me. Because, yes, Doomslayer is a very powerful, like, adversary and everything, you know. Like, of what he has done and what he's accomplished in, like, his own games is, like, insane, you know. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I feel like you could also just, like, say the same thing about Kratos, you know? And that's why, in my opinion, I don't like to actually even put them up against each other, like, in the end, anyways. Because I feel like if they're actually, like, you know, in, like, the same world and everything, like, in the same room, just sitting down, I feel like they wouldn't fight. Because both of them are literally immortal, like, beings and everything that have done, like, some insane stuff. They just wouldn't have a reason to, you know? Because the fight would just go on forever. Because neither of them can die. And another thing is that they're both, like, peaceful, like, characters. The only reason that they are how they are is just because of, like, revenge and everything, you know? It's like with Doomslayer, it's because he's saving the world from, like, the demon invasion and everything. And then with Kratos, it's just because gods won't leave his family alone. And it's, like, ticking him off and everything. So that's one of the reasons I've never cared for the whole Doomslayer versus Kratos, like, thing. I just feel like it's very unnecessary. Because, yes, they are, like insanely powerful, like, characters and everything. But there's just, like, they wouldn't logistically fight unless either of them had a reason to fight the other. And then if they did, it would be evenly matched. Like, no matter who got the upper hand or if Doomslayer had weapons or not, it would just be so evenly matched. Because, again, neither of them can die, so it would just, like, go on forever. Anywho, but yeah, that's just my take on everything. Sorry about this random video. It's probably not what you were expecting. You should be getting a third Minecraft episode soon. Yeah. I just wanted to get this off my chest, talk about it, because, you know, I thought, hey, I have a YouTube channel. There's a good source to just get this out and everything. But yeah, I'll probably be leaving this video here. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me ranting my incoherent thoughts. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you liked the video and everything, the background quality and the jazz. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you stuck through the end this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd be greatly appreciated, and it would make my day. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Bye. Laters, Gators.